All right, y'all, welcome to lesson 3, building your opt-in funnel. This video is going to be a little bit longer because there are more parts to building your funnel. So stay with me, track along, and get ready for some creativity because this is where you're going to have to put your brand, your mark on what you're doing. It's going to require your input, your ideas. So on this video, after you've watched it and learned it, come back to reference it, build your stuff out. We highly recommend Alex Hormozzi's guides on how to build a marketing funnel. That's what I would recommend that you use for a model. It's what we've used, and it's worked pretty well for us. So, the basics of building your funnel. You see this little graphic here. It's pretty simple. Um, Starts with awareness. So basically, this is people understanding who you are, becoming aware of what you do. You're going to start out there. That's the most people that you make contact with is telling them this is what I do. So keep in mind too, an opt-in funnel. What it really is it's going to go through email blasting, text blasting, calling, and using your Zen link, which we're going to get into all that stuff here. But essentially, what you're doing is pacifying your opt-ins to where you're not just cold calling straight down a list over and over and over. I highly recommend that for your first 90 days. But if you've opted for, let's say, the unlimited skip tracing, or you've went ahead and skip trace a massive list of like 25,000, then cold calling is something important, but you can attach an opt-in funnel to that process to kind of speed things along. This is also really good for realtors. Realtors don't like to answer the phone. They don't want to have a conversation with you. They're very hard to get to sit down and focus. So having an opt-in system is going to be great for that. I highly recommend. So just keep in mind what you're essentially doing is getting people to recognize you, and an opt-in funnel allows you to build up a follow-up system as well. Because remember, you never want to stop growing your buyers list. Okay, you may change where you're targeting, you may change the people that you're targeting, but you never want to stop growing your list. It is something you're going to do as long as you're in wholesaling, and so you want to get your funnel set up. So this is essentially how we take them through the process to where they're aware of us, they're considering us, we convert them, we build loyalty, and then essentially we become an advocate. That's what I was talking about in the last video, calling Steve, right? Saying, hey, this deal is for you. You're advocating for them to make money. When people flip a house and it's a good deal, they make money. And when you can build that kind of relationship where your advocacy translates into dollars, then you're not going to have any problem selling. You're not going to have a problem nurturing your buyer list, and you're certainly not going to have a problem closing your deals. So, step one is going to be found in Zenlist. Okay, so when it comes to building your opt in funnel, the very first thing that you want to get ironed out is your Zen link. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull that up, what your Zenlink public profile is. This right here is a little kind of test or just an example of what's available. Also, in this lesson, you're going to see links shared from other people who have set up their Zenlink, just giving you some examples. It's completely customizable. And really, the design is to funnel people into your Zen list where you're able to save their buy box and have greater success at targeting them, right? So, with ours, we have a little message. We have our branding. You're going to want to spend some time on branding, a name, recognizable. If you don't have an established LLC, then I highly recommend a nice photo of yourself. Don't be flipping the bird or do anything crazy. It's professional. You want to look professional, you want to look trustworthy, so just keep that in mind. A nice headshot here is great, but if you have an LLC established and branding there, then we recommend using that because that's what you're going to be telling people. Like me, Privy Listing Network is kind of our brand, but when I'm actually closing deals, we are GSP Homes. It's the brokerage that I work for. So keep that in mind. You're going to want to do that. Video increases conversion. A little explainer telling people what they're doing, why they're opting in, why it matters to them. Remember, look up the Hormozy method, learn that system because it's highly effective. But essentially, this page here is completely customizable. You can add videos, you can change your contact details, Google reviews, you can add links, you can change the color scheme, whatever it is you want to do. You want to spend a couple hours making this as good as you possibly can because this is going to be where people in your opt-in funnel at least, have first contact with you. It's where you get to introduce yourself. It's where you get to establish the precedent for your professionalism. It's where you get to make a statement about what you're doing, the value you bring, and why they should work with you. All right. So take the time to build out your Zenlist link, your ZenLink public profile, because when you create an opt-in funnel, all you're really doing at the most basic level. So let's go ahead and go over here. And I'm going to switch to what your account will probably look like. So essentially, all you're doing with an opt-in funnel is you're going to have a list of people here. And the most basic way to do this without getting too in-depth and go high level is just establishing a simple drip campaign. So you have your ZenLink, right? You're going to come over here to your smart list. Let's say you went into Data Depot, you pulled your list, you've uploaded it through the import contacts here. Remember, if you need help with any of this, book your one-on-one call with me. The link is under the video. But this is the basics of how you set it up and how it works. So you go and select, you have all 5. Let's say you want to send a SMS blast. You type out your little message, hey, opt in, you will love it. Obviously, that's not the message you want to use, but for time's sake, I'm just creating something generic. And here, this is where you'll see send all at once, send all at a scheduled time, or send in drip mode. When you have a large list, if you're dealing with a list of more than probably around 200 people, then you're going to want to send it in drip mode. Okay, so you always have to name your action and go high level. So we'll just say 1, 2, 3. You're going to get to set the time that it starts, how many people get that message, and when it will repeat. Okay, so it gives you a little calendar here on when to send it out. And then it gives you the chance to choose when it starts, what time of day it starts, and what time of day it ends. So keep in mind when you're structuring this, what you really want to be thinking about is when will I be most likely to respond? You'll be able to know when your scheduled drip campaign, when it's scheduled. And so you'll be able to know, like when you're getting notifications and things on your phone, hey, this might be from the drip campaign. And it gives you that chance to jump into a conversation, make a call on someone that says, what the heck is this? Call them. Hey, I saw that you got my link or whatever. But the key is to make sure that you copy and paste your ZenLink. After you've created your messaging here, copy and paste your ZenLink simply by coming over here, clicking share link. And then you jump back over in here, and you just paste it. Okay. This is a simple text campaign, simple drip campaign. It's where you're going to get started in these first 90 days. Don't worry about all the fancy bells and whistles of go high level. Yes, there is AI that you can add on. It's about $147 a month. You can add that on if you want to kind of create a bot for this. There are all kinds of things you can do, but guys, keep it simple your first 90 days. You just want to get through your lists and you want to get your opt-ins, okay? So the other thing that you're going to want to do is come over here to Zenlist. You can copy and paste your link into an incognito tab, and you can take a look at what that looks like to them, what they're seeing when they click on it. And most importantly, you want to come in here to your account. You want to go to app defaults. And over here on auto accept new clients, you want to make sure that's toggled on so that if people are clicking through and choosing to opt in without you making contact, you don't have to go in and approve it. It does it automatically. It's going to save you some time, and time is money, as they say. So whenever you're creating this opt-in funnel, just remember the steps. Okay, you're trying to increase awareness. You're trying to start a conversation. And eventually, of course, you're trying to convert them into a buyer on your list. You're not trying to convert a deal out of these people yet. You just want to lead with why it's valuable to be on your buyers list, the reason it's better than other people's buyers lists. And then you want to follow through on your promises. Okay. When someone has made it to Zenlist, don't blast them after you told them you're not going to do it. That's how you lose credibility. Okay. So essentially, your whole goal here in building this funnel out is to organize a list. You can label them by zip code. Whenever you import clients, you're going to actually be able to choose to tag them. You're going to be able to choose how to organize them. So if you're targeting Montgomery and you're targeting Atlanta, just make sure those lists are tagged appropriately, organized appropriately, so your drip campaigns can be more tailored and personalized. And this is the very beginning stage of creating an opt-in funnel. This is the beginner's opt-in funnel. There are other processes that you can implement that I've talked about, but we're not going to cover that in this video today. If you need help importing contacts, let me know. Jump on the call. We'll walk through it together. But overall, it's pretty simple. All right. So things to remember. Check out Hormozi method on email marketing, text marketing, the kind of ways to frame your messaging. Work on your branding. Make sure your ZenLink profile is ready to go. Download your list, upload it, and go high level. You will need A2P registration for this. If you need help with that, reach out to me. We can walk you through that, but you will need to do A2P registration. And then you start your drip campaign. It's that simple. You want to start. Drip campaigns are good for anything over, the 200. So when you start getting into like 250, 300, all the way up to 10,000, the drip campaign is going to be really good because also, whenever you send out these text messages, you have to pay for them. So you want to keep that in mind with your expenses on how many texts you're sending out, what your conversions are, how effective it is. You want to send out some different messages to different groups, test them out. But the one thing you don't want to change much is your ZenLink profile. Just make it as professional as possible. Upload your video, your explainers, share a link to your social media, or whatever it is you're doing to legitimize yourself, which we're going to cover down the road in some of our other courses about how to set up your social media. It's very important. You're going to want to do that. And then you just let the drip roll. You respond to people as they come in. You get them opted in. And then you're still going to be cold calling on top of this. All right. You're still calling your list. You're not going to be able to build fast enough through a drip campaign. That's why it's called a drip campaign. This is how you're going to get those extra 7 to 10 a week on top of the calls you're making, on top of the social media opt ins you're getting. So, this is mostly just building out the full scale of opting in those buyers and getting you up to that 350 to 400 in your first 90 days. And then, of course, after that 90 days, when you start jumping into actually dispoing deals, then this opt-in campaign should be running in the background, constantly bringing new buyers. And whenever you start to scale, this is going to become a really important part of your business. Having a consistent drip, opting people in is how you grow and scale. It makes it a little more passive for you. You still have to hold people's hand a lot of times. So make sure that you understand what happens when someone clicks your link and they click get access. Make sure you understand what happens so that you can walk them through that. And once you've scaled, we have a VA who does this for us now. All right, because we went through the work, we built our list, we're moving deals now, so we can hire a VA to where we don't have to deal with the side of things. Saves us time, and we've been opting in about 25 new people a week, which when you factor that out over the course of a year, you're talking probably about 1,000 new buyers that you're adding every year from extremely cheap and easy data. Keeps things small, and then of course you can always turn this volume up when you have more money. So just remember, this is your 101. This is your drip campaign. Set it up, let it roll, be ready to respond. If you haven't and go high level, you can go into the App Store, whatever phone you're using, and download the Lead Connector app. If you haven't been able to find that or you need help finding that, reach out to me. But have that on there, plug it in so that you can get notifications to your phone, and wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, you can communicate with these people, walk them through the stages. So highly recommend. This is how you're going to build your 101 drip campaign, your 101 opt-in funnel. And this is going to be something that you grow and improve over the life of your wholesale business. So start here. And then in level 2, we can go over more complex ideas, ways to build this out. But this is where you're going to start. So get at it. Let's get those buyers in. Let's get you through your first 90 days so you can start closing deals.